911 services down in 13 states. Yesterday, on Wednesday, millions of Americans were unable and uncovered by 911 operations. This is huge. This is not just the first time this has been happening. This has happened multiple times now. This is big news, friends. Also, we have reports coming from you guys about gas stations rationing gas in Tennessee. And we see that in some states it is now illegal to give food or money to the homeless. What will you do? And we also have an inside look at what the VA is looking like today. That and a bunch of other reports coming from you guys from all over. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. These are your reports that you guys are sending in. If you have something you'd like to share with the rest of us, please use the word update in your comment on this video or any video on this channel. Please also give us some sort of geographical location so that we can understand how that might relate to us. All right, let's start off here. Tech stocks. So if you're not paying close attention to the stock market and you have investments and stuff like that, you might want to pull up some stuff and take a look at that because the stock market has been down the last few days. Tech stocks particularly been hit hard as there is decreased hope of a Federal Reserve rate cut out there because inflation is stubbornly high. And supposedly the economy is doing well too, which that's just crazy, but that's what economists are saying. And also due to the fact that China is not buying American stuff anymore. Apple is taking a hit because nobody in China wants to buy an Apple phone anymore. Tesla is taking a hit because nobody in China is going to buy a Tesla car anymore. So that is serious stuff too. Moving on to 911. Big update in the whole state of South Dakota, as well as Nebraska, as well as parts of Nevada, Texas, Iowa, Florida, Wisconsin, and Kentucky, and pieces of little bits and bobs of little other states as well. 911 services were unavailable starting on Wednesday, and most of those services got back up late Wednesday night. So millions of Americans for a good number of hours were not covered by 911 services. I keep repeating this to you guys. Do you have in your phone the phone number, the local phone number to your police station, the administrative phone number that should be saved in your phone, right? Same thing with your fire department. Is there an administrative line that you can contact your fire department directly? Make sure you have that phone number saved in there as well. And if you have any kind of ambulance service in your area, see if they have a direct line. Save that in your phone, not only for yourself, but make sure your family members have this as well. Because if 911 goes down, you may need to call these places in emergency. If 911 doesn't go through, make sure you have those numbers so that you can call, at least in your immediate area, that you can do that, right? They're not saying what caused this yet. They don't know. But notably, this is not the first time this has happened, even in the last month. We've seen multiple outages of 911 repeatedly. This does seem like a campaign of harassment by hackers or saboteurs of some sort, because this has been happening again and again. All right. This is a report from Betty Boop. Here in Louisiana, the state has a new law that people that give money or food to the homeless will now face criminal charges. She says, I'm now a lawbreaker and will continue to be so. And while I'm at it, I will talk to them about Jesus and the great things I've seen him do in my life. Wonder how long until I'm jailed. BB from somewhere in Louisiana. You keep up the good work there. You keep up the good work. Helping people should never be a crime. Hurting other people should always be a crime. And words should not be a crime. JRR says, Weagle's gas stations here in East Tennessee are rationing gas. They have shut their pumps off at the request of corporate. Corporate is calling the stations and telling them to shut off their pumps at certain points. Weigel's is a big chain all over Chattanooga and Knoxville Tri-City areas. Here in Chattanooga, gas demand is about to surpass supply. Now, on paper, we shouldn't be having problems right now, but we are seeing supply chain issues, not only in Tennessee, but we saw reports last week from eastern Pennsylvania as well. Again, as I said on that report, we shouldn't be having problems, and yet we're getting reports from you guys out there that there are problems, and both these reports have been not just about one station, but multiple stations in the area. So we'll keep our ear to the ground on that. I'm still looking for any kind of causes that should be causing that. I know that we're selling off our gasoline reserves in the Northeast, but that shouldn't be causing that. If any of you guys are seeing gas stations shutting down early or that kind of thing, please do let us know in the updates. Velma says, Walmart in Bremen, Georgia. Eggs are now $2.69 a dozen, which is just crazy, isn't it? They used to be like $1.25, $1.30, right? At least here in Pennsylvania. Now we're seeing prices over $2.50 in a bunch of places. Some of you guys are still seeing in the $2 range, but with all the animals that have been put down, 6 million egg-laying hens in the last month have been put down. This is that's as high of numbers as we've seen per month. Even during the heights of the bird flu. So this is we're back in the thick of the egg shortage. And all 6 million of those were egg-laying hens. Once again, it takes at least 6 months to replace those losses. Michael in Sweden says, Little in Sweden, update, no dog food, and beef is under lock code for months now. Well, friends, if they can't convince you to stop buying beef, they will scare you or make it so inconvenient to buy beef. And that's what we're seeing out there. You might want to be getting stocked up. Freeze-dried beef, can your own beef, or freeze beef. If you have enough freezer space, these are all good options out there. I like for buying canned, Keystone is probably the way to go, at least here in the United States. Freeze-dried, you can either go the cheap crumble route, if you want like ground beef or like you're okay with the little pebbles of it. If you want bigger chunks, prepper beef is probably the way to go. You can always find that down in the description down below. Keystone is usually just easy to either get directly from their website or get it at Walmart. I usually just pick it up at Walmart myself. And beef jerky is good too, but freezer beef, just get beef and prep it a little bit. If you can get it into a vacuum sealed bag before you freeze it, of course it'll last a lot longer that way, but do what you got to do, right? Janice says Costco is having shortages of dog food in Virginia. I heard it's because of the bridge collapse. There were almost no bags left in my local store. So Virginia, dog food issues, friends. Are you seeing out that way? Let us know in the comments. Angel Trumpets. The VA in Tallahassee, outpatient clinic in Tallahassee, Florida, is a joke. Most of the staff, including doctors, work 3 days a week, half-day schedules. It's almost impossible to get an appointment after 11 a.m. because most of the staff are gone. If you go, can you imagine an operation running like that? People work 3 days a week, and when they work, they only work half the day, and so it shuts down before noon. Absolutely insane. If you try to talk to a patient and advocate or a veteran service officer that works with the vets, there's no one there after 11 a.m. It's just weird. My own primary care doctor, Machado is her name, works 3 days a week. Even the administration is hard to contact. It's appalling, the lack of treatment. It takes months to get an x-ray or an MRI. Every time I go by the x-ray or MRI waiting room, there isn't a soul waiting. When I have asked the staff and their colleagues why there isn't staff available, they lie to my face, offering the same excuses I have heard before. They went home sick. It is their day off. The facility is closed all weekdays, weekends, and holidays. So you have to come in the morning on a weekday or else you don't get treatment, period. They tried to refer everything out to community care now. The problem is the doctors, especially the specialty clinics in Tallahassee, do not want to deal with the VA insurance because they do not pay it on time, if at all. The doctors at this VA are adequate if you only need antibiotic or something to treat something extremely simple. If your case is complicated like mine, they are clueless. I have to pay out of pocket for my service-connected illness for medications, medical supplies, and equipment. I go to Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida because of the severity and life-threatening aspects of my medical needs, and I have to pay for it all out of pocket. That is just so wrong on so many different levels. I mean, one, considering how much money we're dumping into the VA, why can't it work? I mean, we would almost be better off just giving a blank credit card to each of the veterans that have been affected from their service, right? And just let them spend it however. Compared to the administration and levels of bureaucracy that we're paying for in the VA, it's absolutely outrageous. These people who have served their country, both in the United States or if you're in other countries, if you have militaries that have people with injuries related to their military service, it's unthinkable that the country would not care for the people who have been injured trying to defend their country. Mr. Unthinker says, hi, I just wanted to say I appreciate what you do. Thank you. This is my first comment, but it felt relevant. I just received my auto insurance renewal for a 10-year-old truck and an 18-year-old compact car. No accidents, no new accidents or tickets, but my premium has gone from $1,900 to $2,700. What will we be paying next year? Good question. With prices going up this fast, what will we be paying in another year? Patty says, Steve, we live in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I haven't noticed a lot of the food issues from past weekly reports until this past weekend. We went to King Soopers and produce and a lot of food shelves were bare. Holy smokes, people better wake up. It took Colorado a while to get here, but here we are. I'm going to be canning full this fall. And hopefully you guys are starting on your gardens, getting your gardens in the ground. Do watch those planting dates. I'm still shy of my planting dates here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We still got some cold weather kind of hanging around for a little bit, but we're fast approaching that here. If you're down south, you're already hitting some of those dates already, right? So do be watching your schedule. If you're not planning on getting garden in the ground, well, just think about doing that anyway, right? Think about getting some pots. You can also get bags that you can do that. Put potting soil in. There's lots of different options of things you can do out there. YouTube has just a bazillion videos on those type of things too. Scott says, update from Carson City, Nevada. Walmart, the vegetables are absolutely horrible. Who else has been seeing that? We've all been seeing that, right? Bruised and damaged vegetables, a large bin of corn that is brown and starting to dry up. Most of the items should have already been tossed in the composting bin. Plus, prices are still high. I guess there's no longer sales or discounts for fruits and vegetables that are a day past being tossed. Really sad. Thank you once again for everything you're doing for our community. God bless you and your travels. Well, I am back home here for the next bit. I'm here in the States for a while. But we'll see how that goes. But thank you so much for joining us. If you want to check out, get more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right here. They do a fantastic job helping people who have retirement accounts to get out of stocks and bonds with stock market crashing like it is. You might want to think about that with gold hitting all-time highs. There's a link right there. If you want to check out another video video from this channel, there's one right up here. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.